back to my channel. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been so long since I did a sit down video, and today I'm glad that I'm finally getting to do this video. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the Dyson Airwrap, and I've had it for 1 year, so this is like a 1 year review. I've had it a little over for 1 year, and this is like a 1 year review of the Dyson. I have not used it much in my life since like I bought it. At least for like 6 months I hadn't used it except for drying my hair, but then I started to use it and then I realized how beautiful it is and how useful it is and how efficient it is actually, and which is why I thought I'll make this video. And I also wanted to share with you some of the things that I have discovered while using it and all of that. So yeah, let's just get started. I have my Dyson right here. If you guys didn't know, I didn't pay full price for this one. I bought it during Diwali sale, and I got it for about at least 5,000 off, I think. Yeah, which was a great deal. So maybe you should wait for something like that and buy it, because I remember in my previous video also I mentioned that it is a little expensive, so I'm not too sure. So yeah, remember in my previous video also I had mentioned that it is a little expensive, and probably which is why I never felt like it was worth it. Even now I feel like it is expensive, but it does a pretty good job, but you would still not want to spend the entire amount. I would suggest you buy it on sale during Diwali or something like that. But yeah, so I have just washed my hair actually, and it's completely damp. I usually do this whenever I'm going to work. I just wash my hair, towel dry for like about 20% of it, and then I just start to dry it. But today what I'm going to do is I'm going to immediately start, because I want to start filming this, I'm going to start drying it up. I'm going to work. I put my makeup first. Usually I would never ever do that, but yeah, because of time constraints and all that, I do that so that I'm not like putting the dryer straight in my hair when there's like water dripping from it. So it's just a little bit dry, and then I use the dryer. And even now I think I've had my towel on for like about 20 minutes, and then now I'm doing this. So use this attachment. Now if you guys didn't know, you can put your hair through this hole and then dry it, and actually it kind of straightens your hair. I did not know that, but that's a great hack and it really works. So you want to place your attachments on the other side where you can use your hand, and you have your dryer here. You want to place them like that, because you can't really here you can extend your finger to here and control this, whereas if you put it on the other side and you're trying to dry it, you'll have to use your thumb, which is kind of like painful. At least I like it that way, so I just use it like this, so where I have the where I can control it with my index finger. And then before I start anything, a lot of people ask me that they do own the Dyson, but after that the hair gets frizzy and all that. Now that completely depends on your hair, but also always dry your hair downwards. Now I'm gonna start doing that. So you want to partition your hair and then start drying it downwards like that. So if you're going to do this, your hair is going to fly out, and then you're going to have a lot of flyaways and it's going to look frizzy. Yep. You do not want your hair fully dry, so you're just going to dry the roots. So which is why I'm going in closer to my roots, and that's what you want. You don't want your hair fully dry, and it's going to become very limp. Okay, now you see it, my hair is like 70% dry. So now what I am going to do is I'm going to change this attachment, and I'm going to use the this attachment. This is a volumizing, whatever you call it. It's called a volumizing attachment, and it's kind of dirty now. I have to wash it. I also wash all of my attachments at least once a week because I use them every single day, and I will show you guys how I wash them as well. So now, just to add some volume, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start taking some sections and like dry this out. Now the reason I'm doing this is my hair is kind of wavy, especially towards the roots. It gets really wavy, so in order to like straighten that out, I'm going to use this. So it's going to add some kind of I mean, it's going to make it more soft, and then when we do the curls, it's going to look nice and nice and what do you call, refined. Because when you curl the wave just stays. It's not going to straighten it out, right? The curl will happen, but the hair will still be wavy, so that way you're bound to lose your waves more quicker. So in order for your hair to stay, for your curls to stay, or for your waves to stay, you have to, especially like this part and all that, if you curl this, it's just going to go back to its original form. So you're gonna have to tame it a little bit and then use your curler. So I'm gonna start doing that. And this one I'm not going to be very particular. I'm just going to go in like random motions, like random sections, and then just start doing that. Also does is like there may be some wet strands left, so it's going to like dry them up. Okay, now that's all done. Usually sometimes when I want to go to work, I just use this brush, and it gives me a nice and like voluminous blowout kind of look, like a parlor blowout, and I'm just good to go. But then we are going to use the Airwrap rollers, the barrels as well today, because I want to literally show you how they work. Now first things first, I have identified that your barrels or your Dyson looks really nice when you have had a hairstyle that suits it. Now what I'm trying to say is, earlier I used to have like this bob hair, quite straight. When I did that, I didn't feel like it added, I mean, it gave me a different kind of look, but I feel like the actual essence of it is when you have that layer cut and then you have this blowout. It looks really fab. So I got this layer cut in November. Of course it's grown out quite a lot, but I think it still looks really nice with this haircut. So I realized that your haircuts matters so much for when you use the Dyson. And when you have straight hair, when you have a bob, your straightened out hair looks much better rather than the waves. But when you have like a feather cut or a layer cut, you have the waves falling and shaping your face, which is when the Dyson works really well. Don't get me wrong, but I started loving the Dyson after I got this haircut. So that has been my discovery. So it may work out differently for you, but I just wanted to point that out. I start using these. Now what I have been doing is, instead of like sectioning from down, because I have the old Dyson, I don't have the new one, which you just use one barrel and then shift it. So I have to keep shifting through these attachments. So what I do is I section my hair into so I finish on one side first and then I do the other side. I think that has been working easy for me, and so I just section this out and then I start off with this. So I'm just gonna comb through a little bit. Also, I realized that I can't Dyson my hair while I'm sitting down, so it's very difficult to film. But so now we're going to take this attachment, and this is going outwards that way, right? So I'm going to start by doing this. Take this much of hair. I'm going to actually divide this into two because this is still not going to work, and yeah, this over here, and then it's just going to start rolling, and then I'm going to just keep pulling this barrel like that until it smoothens out here, you see. I'm gonna keep that on for 20 seconds. Now I'm gonna do the cold shot. I'm gonna turn it off, and here you go. That's what it looks like. I'm gonna do the same. So whatever hair is getting left behind, I just leave it. I just don't bother with it. Now you have to be very careful about the direction of your hair growth, because see, this one is like just not willing to stay with this, so I'm gonna do that later. And standing up and you have a bigger mirror. I have a small mirror here, it's kind of difficult, but when you have a bigger mirror it always gets better. So I'm just going to continue doing this. There you have it. See, this is what I was talking about. That was what was like you want to avoid. So, but we couldn't avoid it anyway because my hair is already wavy. But anyway, this is like underneath, so it's fine for now. Now I'm going to find the other strands. This is going to be a bit much. So one side is all done. This is what it's looking like. I've done this behind part as well, and it's all good. I feel like this part it's looking really nice. This part you can always touch up because after a while it just gets a little whatever. But what I usually do is, in order to not cut the length, the down part, like especially the lower hair, right, in order not to cut the length, I just I just use the barrel just towards the ends so that it just like flows out, and that's it. But today for video sake I've done this, so it's kind of like curled up here, but I think that's fine. Now I'm just gonna leave this like this, and then gonna start off with the other side. Change my extension. Now if you think that it's not gonna take a while, it is going to take a while, because only if you're gonna keep that like the barrel in place for like 20 minutes or 20 seconds, only then it's going to work and it's going to look nice. If not, it's not. So if you're thinking that you can just spend like 10 minutes, yeah, you want to use the smoothing brush or the volumizing brush, yeah, that's fine. But if you want to use the barrels and do curls, that's not going to work. You have to be patient, and it is going to take a while. If you have shorter hair, yeah, maybe, but if you have longer hair, and it's not going to work. It is time consuming. Yeah. Alright, that's both sides of my hair all done, and it literally took, I don't know, my phone was recording, so I don't have access to any other place where I can look at the time, but at least 40 minutes, I'm not joking, at least half an hour. And this is what it looks like, and after a while it kind of gets different. I feel like this side turned out much better than this side, because I kind of spent more time doing this, and then this side I wasn't like, I wanted to just get done with it. But after a while I think it looks really nice. If you want, you can comb this out and then it just looks like soft waves, but you can just keep it like this as well. What happens when you comb this out is all of it just becomes one, and it looks just like bouncy wavy hair, and it looks really nice. But I like it like this, where it's little like you know, section like this, and I like it. And yeah, I would have used this one to like do my bangs in the front, but now that my hair is grown out, it looks when I do that it becomes too straight and it looks longer than the other curled parts, so I am avoiding that. I'm just gonna leave it like this, and I think it looks fine. I like the look. I love how it looks with this haircut. I didn't like it with my shorter hair and with my other haircuts, but I love how it looks with this hair. Makeup, but I really have to go, so I'm gonna put on makeup later. If I come back, I might come back, but this is what it looks like. Now I want to talk about a few things. Now, if you think that the Dyson doesn't get hot, it does get hot, especially when you're doing these sections. It's right in your face and it does get really hot, so avoid using it much around your face. Put it in this hot setting, like the third one. It gets really hot, and it is quite, what do you call, hot for your hair, for your whatever. So whatever technique they use, I am saying that the myth that it doesn't damage your hair is whatever. It's not true. It's, your hair is damaged, and I feel like blow dry damages your hair more than straightening. I always believe that, because you're literally stretching your hair out and then trying to set it, whereas a straightener, you're just putting heat in one place and you're not like stretching your hair out, which is what I have noticed. I have lost a lot of hair when I've started to use the Dyson, and prior to that, when I was using a straightener, I have not had so much of hair loss. This is the truth. I am not lying. It is the truth. And I think I wanted to film this video. I actually want to get a haircut. I want to go back to my probably wavy bob. I really want to do that, and I wanted to film this video with this haircut, because like your haircut makes a lot of difference for how you Dyson your hair. And I feel like it looks really nice when you have wavy hair and, you know, these waves. And yeah, this is what my hair looks like. So that is my overall opinion or review of owning the Dyson for 1 year. It took me 1 year to get used to it. I feel like I've been doing a better job at it, but I feel like my hair has been damaged a lot more, and I wouldn't recommend you to use it on a daily basis or every wash. You use it whenever you're going out for like a party or when you want to dress up, but do not use it every day. Just use the dryer and use something else. Even this extension is quite damaging, because you're literally pulling your hair and you don't want to do that. But yeah. Oh, another few things that I wanted to talk about is that when I turn this on, if you can see, there's a light here. If it is blinking, I'm gonna remove this. What I usually do is, you have to actually remove this, and you know, just, what do you call it, you have to, I don't know if you guys know this, but you need to clean this filter at least once a week, or once in 2 weeks. So what I do is, usually I just wash these two, put them in hot water and use some shampoo in that, and then just put it in that for like overnight sometimes, or like for a couple of hours, and then I dry it out overnight and then I use it. So don't forget to clean your hair tools, whether it's your straightener or whatever. This one, I just use a microfiber cloth and some hot water, and then I just wipe it off. And another thing is, do not use your TikTok viral videos. Do not spray hairspray on this, because it gets very sticky. It sticks onto this, and then your Kwanda effect is not going to work. So those are the things I have discovered. Even this part, I just use a toothbrush and just clean it whenever I'm cleaning the filter, because all that dust and dirt gets accumulated here. So I just use a toothbrush and clean it off. And it is very important to take care of your tools, because you've bought them with so much money. Just take care of your tools. So yeah, that is what my hair is looking like. But I love the Dyson, but I I would suggest you don't use it on a regular basis. Use it once in a while, especially when you're trying to curl your hair. Just give it some rest and then use it. And yeah, that's all for this video. If you like this video, do give it a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.